Hi everyone, Bandana here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Broken Arrow campaign. So, as you can see, I've unlocked We Own the Night, which is a new mission, and I don't think I've ever played that one before. But we're going to play Airbase Heist. I have done it once because I wanted to see what it was like, and I found some of it very, very frustrating. There's a couple of issues with it. For example, it's quite easy to lose all of the transport aircraft, and then the game kind of soft locks you until you get aircraft available again. So you can be sat literally doing nothing for quite a few minutes, which isn't ideal. There should always be a way to bring units in if the enemy are always sending units at you. So it's not set up very well in that sense. And there's a lot of enemy anti-airs, so not losing them is quite difficult. You know, there's always loads of anti-air spag around the map shooting these things down. So yeah, it doesn't seem very well balanced in that sense. The A10 infuriates me. It doesn't always attack stuff. When you tell it to attack, it'll do a dive run and then just veer off. So I found the A10 to be extremely frustrating to use. That needs looking at, in my opinion. Because I've told it to come in and attack, or it's flying around, I've told it to attack a chopper, it will dive on the chopper and then just ignore it and fly around it. It's really weird how it behaves. But let's go into it.
Chekalov's Naval Air Base, 5 miles northwest of Kaliningrad. This is our target. The city will be a tough nut to crack, so we need to seize key infrastructures to reinforce our logistic line first. So our objective is to capture this base with the runway intact. The 82nd Airborne Division is preparing for the assault, but the air defense of the base must be suppressed first. Planes equipped with anti-radiation missiles will open the way, and once it's done, the paratroopers will make their jump and establish a defensive perimeter. From there, we can airlift heavier equipment and begin the siege of the city.
Sir, the paratroopers are ready for the drop.
What about the escort?
F-16s, equipped with AGM-88 anti-radiation missiles, will open the way and suppress the enemy air defense.
And the rest of the planes I've requested?
Strike planes will be available as reinforcement as soon as the seed mission is over. A-10s to hunt enemy vehicles, F-35s equipped with guided bombs, and F-15s carrying cluster munitions in case large enemy formations are spotted.
Perfect. The Paras can't hold their own against tanks, so they'll need this support.
We also have B-1B supersonic bombers on standby.
What's the point? Our objective is to capture this base, not to plow the runway with a carpet of bombs.
In case you failed, General, I prefer to see this base erased from the map rather than letting the Russians keep it.
There will be no failure. Let's go, Commander. We got a mission to succeed.
Another cool intro for this one. This is what it looks like when a superpower deploys an air formation. Or several.
Special tactics teams have located the anti-air missiles around the airfield. S-300 missiles and anti-aircraft guns can intercept missiles when their radar is active. The recommended course of action is to approach from low altitude and send a high number of seed planes at once to overwhelm them.
Okay. So the first thing to mention is, if you've played this mission before, watched me play it before, then the aircraft, I think, have gone up in price. I think they used to be $280, and you used to be able to buy all of them immediately. You can't anymore. They're $350 now. You can only buy 4 right off the bat. So we're going to have to sit for a few minutes while the points tick up. Let me tell you, one of the other issues that I found with this mission. So at the minute, you'll notice that the entire map is pretty much open all the way to here. You can see where the orange line is. Once we complete this objective, we will be limited to certain areas of the map. What I've discovered is that enemies outside of that area can attack you, but you can't return fire on them. Now, small arms fire, if you've got infantry sort of here and say that was out of the zone, the infantry can fire at each other. But if that's out of the zone, you can't call in artillery or anything on them. So the enemy can attack you, and you can't return fire with artillery and stuff. Which seems a bit shit. No, that's not ideal. That's something I've just discovered. And that won't just be this mission, that'll be every mission where that's a thing. So that needs looking at. You should be able to fire outside of the area with artillery. If they can fire in towards you, definitely. I found that really odd. I think it's just an oversight more than anything else. Can we afford 6 of these yet? Yes, we can. So fine. So I decided 6 is a good amount. That's what I've generally been bringing in. Remember to lower their height as soon as they come in. Their altitude cannot be high. Makes them too easy a target. You can see that one's already been hit. Now we're just going to send these guys this way, and they should just open fire all of these things. And you just got to hope you overwhelm, otherwise you're going to be sat waiting for a while. 6 has always done it so far, but you never know. There's lost a couple of aircraft already, but the radar's down, so
time to send in the airborne.
To airdrop troops, select a cargo plane in the reinforcements. Load it with infantry and airdroppable vehicles.
right.
Get
So
to the control tower at the end of the runway. We will use this elevated position as
Just
an
let him finish
observation
talking.
post to call in airstrikes.
right, so there's no time limits here, and he will be grumpy with you, but there's no time limits here. If you drop units here, your infantry might survive long enough to get in the buildings. If you drop units here, your infantry might survive long enough to get in the buildings. Vehicles are going to get insta-popped by the amount of anti-tank here because they've got SPGs, or infantry here because they've got infantry. So initially, I found that taking any vehicles in is a huge mistake because they just die instantly anyway. So I'm going to try dropping infantry. I'm going to drop it here. It's going to alert them because they're going to see us, but our infantry will just last a bit longer. In fact, I'm tempted to drop them here and then move them up, because dropping them here, there's infantry in these buildings, there's infantry in these buildings, and as I say, this is covered as well. So ignore him if he's complaining at you and take your time, because if you rush, you're just going to lose loads of units. And I found that, I don't know if it's an elite thing, but the enemy infantry take a lot longer to kill than yours do, and they slaughter yours very quickly. And I don't know if that's a balance thing in the game, or if it's because I'm playing on elite and they've got some kind of bonus. I really don't know. But let's call in infantry. So we definitely want... Don't worry about recon right now, you're not going to need it. We want plenty of standard infantry. We want at least one of each of these for now, and we definitely want a weapons squad. Now, the last thing you have selected is going to be the furthest dropped. Just bear that in mind. Humvee RWS might come in handy because they've got a grenade launcher as well and got a bit of line of sight. But we're going to drop them back. We're just going to drop stuff back here. Now, bear in mind that there are still loads of AA pieces around. I did just think to myself, there is another reason to bring in the STT. They do have stingers. So let's actually bring a couple of those in, because there are choppers about. Got more infantry, another one of those, and let's bring in 2 of these. I'm just going to drop them there. See how big that suddenly got? Now I'm bringing that one in, because, mind you, that's over a big area as well. They shoot you as you come down, by the way. mean, they're screwed.
Heavy weapons here. Troops in combat. What are your orders?
Our position is now identified. The security forces of the airbase are probably already on their way.
Airmen here. We're under fire.
Try and get everyone in the buildings as quickly as possible.
Need some heavy firepower?
We don't have all day, Commander. Get to the control tower at the end of the runway.
Yeah, I'll take my time, thanks.
Heavy weapons team is under fire.
So we've lost one of those. The other one is getting out, thankfully. Let's bring in some supplies. Make sure you bring in an LMTV. It is quite heavy, but you'll want to be able to move those supplies about. Because we've got some... Both of our AGL teams are badly damaged.
Recon vehicle.
We're going to want one of these weapon squads in here. These guys can pull back. These guys will push this way.
Infantry at your command, sir.
A load of vehicles are going to come down this road, so just be aware. Obviously these choppers will roam as well and do a lot of damage to infantry. As I say, there's lots of stuff across here as well. I approached it last time by taking this entire side, and then I had to start again pushing up this way. Make sure you save some infantry for that, because I didn't, and then I had to try and get infantry across here, which is a bit of a faff.
Weapons team at your command, sir.
So we got a weapons team in there. Happy days. Let's
Body here, send traffic.
grab some supplies here.
Hey, check out this
I'm just going to
Ryzen.
unload up there. Now, be warned, once we take this, enemies are going to start spawning, and then artillery is going to spawn right here. So make sure you have enough cash to afford an F-35, because you will need to just drop a bomb on them. You just need to quickly dispatch them, because the artillery that's there will annihilate your forces. And bear in mind, the AI seems to cheat and can see things that you have hidden. So,
Battlefield area
yeah.
at your command, sir.
Just be aware that the AI
Weapons team ready.
cheat.
Infantry here. Fly truck ready to transport. Weapons team at your orders. Weapons
And
team
move these
standing
guys up.
by.
So, therein lies an issue. We've got a lot of infantry in forest here, so we need to be very careful with them. We do get some artillery of our own. They're not great pieces of artillery, and again, vehicles die very, very quickly at the start, and the enemies seem to go out of the way to target them. So, just again, be aware.
Pushing forward. Solid copy. Advance and report. Heavy weapons ready. Rock up.
The heavy weapons teams are pretty good, I found.
Logistics ready.
Just going to move all of this stuff up here. They'll probably destroy this, by the way, so don't stress too much if it dies.
Who called the Guardian Angels? Fit for fight, sir.
Going to get these guys sort of stood still here.
Weapons team at your command, sir.
Push the AGL and everything up so it can assist in firing.
I love big guns.
So it should be able to fire at the buildings. Because what's going to happen is this. We're going to send some units out, because we can't see anything even with our recon team. I think they count as recon. See what happened there.
Weapons team here.
As you can see, it's the AGL teams doing all the damage here.
Infantry engaged in combat.
Right.
Move. Watch your spacing.
We're just going to check there's no other infantry there, but what we actually want over here are likely weapon squads, because
We have a building to secure.
they're going to send vehicles at us mostly. There are some infantry over here, so what I'm now going to do is call this guy in and bring in a Brutus and Humvee Tow and the other weapons team and a couple more of these. And again, I'm just dropping them back here as far back as possible, because any further forward and you're guaranteed to lose these planes. So you got to be really careful, because I lost all 4 of them, and then I was just sat for ages not able to do anything because I didn't have enough units to push.
For action. It's like a walk in the park.
I'm going to try and push these guys up here.
Firepower. New orders. Advance and secure.
See, there's cords and stuff in here. I'm going to call in a second Brutus and another Humvee tow. Again, just dropping everything back here. The weapon squad can push up. These guys can push up as well. As I say again, please just be aware that they will. Artillery is very soon.
From now on, this is a no-fly zone for the enemy.
Infantry, good to go. Get in that building. Set up a base of fire.
Make sure your units are semi-safe.
Welcome to the niggling.
Humvee tows are just going to come across there for now. The artillery pieces are going on control group 1. And immediately I'm going to flatten that building because that's where one of their weapons teams is. And as I say, they're quite annoying, these weapons teams. Wait.
I don't think any plane will try to take off after what happened to those three.
Establish defensive positions, but as soon as you have the chance, push out toward the middle of the runway and take control of the
Just waiting
buildings
for this
there.
F-35 to appear.
Our strike planes are ready to support you. Don't hesitate to call them
Come
as
on, come on.
reinforcement.
F-35, come on. Yep, there we go. So now as soon as we see that fire, we engage.
Infantry, ready for combat. Infantry here.
Push all of our infantry up.
Team at your orders. Move to contact.
And get the recon team. There we go. That's it. So F-35 in. We know they've spawned. Some stuff seems to spawn
Won't see me coming.
on command. Precision strike right in the middle of them. That should kill them both. You are going to lose the unit in the meantime, because the artillery is really, really strong.
At your command, sir. Let's take that building.
See, just that's it though. We've killed it, right?
Secure
So
our flank.
At your command, sir.
just evac that. Don't forget to evac it.
Weapons team standing
Push
by.
these up. You come and grab this supply. Tow 2As are going to push up here. Bear in mind, the enemy vehicles, their missiles seem almost better than ours, so just something to keep in mind. They're quite nasty in that sense. We're just going to move the artillery up a bit. No one fired our artillery for a while, but this is why I got the tows in, because once the vehicles start rolling, they're quite annoying.
Heavy weapons ready.
Helicopters are taking off from these helipads. Capture these hangars and nail them down.
Infantry reporting in. Need some heavy firepower? Get your asses in that building! Weapons team here. Humvee reporting.
Oh, they can also fire at buildings, obviously, and kill squads in buildings. The A-10s can't see anything on their own. You have to have vision on everything. Watch these die. Yeah. And we only got one hit on theirs. So my tows stand no chance against these Conkers, unfortunately. It's, again, very frustrating. They just seem shit in comparison.
Load, we're moving!
And I'd call it an A-10, but half the time they just don't fire, so it's probably not worth it.
Ready to fire, sir. Need supplies?
I want to unload this up here if I can to repair the people in that building.
Reconnaissance is good to go.
You rely on the weapon squad to do most of the damage here. The weapon squad's very good. Right, let's bring in some more supplies. Let's bring in the Humvee tows just because they are handy. We can't really do without them, and all the other ones are these. And just, again, we're going to drop them really far back.
No party without Hardy.
I don't want to take the chance of losing it if we can help it.
Need some heavy firepower?
These Humvee RWS, which are recon as well, are pretty good, so don't be afraid to use them.
Infantry at your orders.
There's a lot of enemies in these buildings, so just keep that in mind as well.
Cargo truck ready.
Make sure you make good use of the cargo trucks.
Humvee reporting in. Weapons team at
Lots and lots of spags everywhere.
Recon vehicle, ready for action.
We're going to get you to come and grab some more supplies.
Fit for fight, sir. On ass, we're moving.
Again, there's no time limits here.
Heavy weapons team under fire. Humvee awaiting command.
So don't be afraid to take your time.
Troops in combat. Infantry here, we are engaged. Move your asses, maggots.
The infantry in that building, we could, again, it's this SPG, so we can just fire our artillery at that. Your TOW-2s will waste their missiles trying to hit these things that are moving around over there, so just
ATGM carrier, standing
don't
by.
leave them in there. I mean, yeah, they're quite annoying.
Moving out.
We just lost something over here,
Shoot, communicate.
but it will die anyway. That's them dead in that building. Excellent. Move up. You come up here. We're going to unload these here to rearm these guys. Yeah, the TOW-2s miss a lot, I've found. Even though they're supposed to be one of the best ATGMs.
Ready to rain down death.
But in this game, they miss a lot. Right. I'm going to move these units up now. We should probably think about bringing in a couple of... an Avenger, actually. Humvee RWS. And one airborne squad. Maybe a Sheridan? Or a Lav, even. Again, we're going to drop back here. Just because it's within our safe zone.
Heavy weapons ready.
Again, no need to rush. Take your time. I'm now debating if it's time to start bringing in a few units over here. You will need anti-air, you will need vehicles, and you will need infantry. They don't have any artillery at the moment, and I don't think they do get some later in the mission, but not yet. So at the moment, you're kind of free to be a little bit more free with how you're playing.
Taking flag. Plane is still up. It's a miracle. Let's grab them containers.
Or are these coming in? They will just keep coming and coming and coming, by the way, so just be aware.
Infantry reporting in.
They love hitting buildings, apparently, as well.
No party without Artie.
I'm going to try and hit these guys, but
Fire on my mark.
they seem to get a lot of anti-infantry stuff to fire at buildings. Like, look at that! They just slaughtered all my troops there. They that's different to how it used to be. I don't remember them having that capability or that many missiles to do that much damage to buildings. Seems a little bit excessive.
Artillery at your command, sir.
Artillery actually came in quite useful there, so that's good. That Avenger is going to move up to here.
Advance and report.
The RWS is going to move up. These guys are going to move up. These guys are going to move into here, and these guys are going to move into here. We can't be too aggressive here now because we lost a bunch of infantry. So we're going to bring some stuff in over here. Plenty of squads of stuff. RWS. I want a Sheridan this time. We'll bring in an Avenger temporarily. We're just going to drop back here. There are infantry up here. So whatever's at the end here is going to get shot at. So be ready to put it back into the trees. We could just bring in a Sheridan as well, and I really like these Humvees. They provide quite a lot of supportive fire.
Infantry ready for combat. You'd be blind without us. I want a base of fire in that building. Fuck, I'm hit. Shut up and let's
There we go.
go.
Very lucky it was not got shot at.
Standing by. Heavy weapons here.
Just move everybody up into here. You'll know there's lots of these vehicles roaming around. We'll get to kill some now, so that's good. Mi-24's rocking around. Just be aware.
Lab, ready for action.
Did my... I lost my transport vehicle. That's okay. Oh, I need to wait till we get some aircraft back.
Lab at your command, sir. Pushing forward.
As I said, people in buildings. Good. Right.
Reconnaissance standing by.
We should kill that once it's in range.
Combat.
Bear in mind that it will see and engage us immediately. And they do a lot of damage to infantry. Those vehicles.
Recon vehicle. Send traffic.
Just gonna move these guys into the... Oh, actually, you should be fine there, because you're gonna shoot in any second, right? Yeah.
Infantry here. Establish a base of fire in that building.
We're gonna use our artillery to help destroy some of the stuff in these buildings. I just want to make sure we're making a little bit of progress at this side. Sheridan, obviously very useful tank. Very weak tank, but very useful in the grand scheme of things. Infantry like that in the open is absolutely fine. We're not too worried about that. The Avenger's good. Have we got... No, see, I can't call anything in now. So, I've lost those / they're not available. So now I've got to wait quite a while to get access again. Sheridan makes short work of these vehicles, thankfully. There are infantry over here, so just bear that in mind. I'm going to move all these guys up now. He will have a good go at flattening those buildings. We're going to do the same here and just start hitting this with artillery, because there are lots of anti-infantry weapons in these buildings, grenade launchers, things like that, cords. Oh, the Avenger needs to come back. Avenger, pull away. Avenger, pull away. Thank you. Not sure why they're suddenly sending anti-aircraft guns at us. That's a bit weird. Don't think they've done that before. Never be afraid to move stuff back over and protect them by moving them into supply and stuff and get them repaired and rearmed. Right. Still waiting for one of these, because I really want to bring in another truck so I can move some supplies about. As I say, frustrating. Frustrating. Let's push up. Oh, these need repair and rearm, so I can't push up because I need supplies. I can't call in supply trucks because I can't call anything in. This is what I mean about this game having a soft lock or block. It is temporary, but you know, I've got to sit here for however long just before I can do anything, which is kind of frustrating. And it's, you know, multiple minutes. It's not like it's 60 seconds or something. So that's not ideal. There shouldn't really be a situation in a mission where you just can't call in any reinforcements.
Artillery ready to fire, sir.
It doesn't make for a good mission, you know.
Target marked, direct fire. Lab here. We're combat ready. Lab
Can
here.
you collect stuff? I don't think that can pick. I think that's just going to come back and get supply, yeah.
Moving to contact.
Do you see the AI knew that I targeted that building and started moving out of it?
Infantry ready for action.
It knew what I was doing. Avenger doing the business, thankfully. How are we doing at this side? We're looking pretty good. Let's move these guys up.
Regroup and move up.
These guys are ready as well.
Humvee awaiting orders. Sweeping area. Need some heavy firepower?
Let's get the
You like big guns too?
AGS squad there. Nice. Oh, shame about the supplies though.
Infantry reporting in. Infantry here.
I mean, in one sense it's great, but in another sense it's a bit of a shame.
Fire and maneuver. Anti-aircraft here. Armored cab ready to roll. New orders.
these up to there. These guys push up as well. This is a bit of a mess, but we're okay. Artillery needs to be fired here. We're just about surviving that. Finally, right, one of these. So we're going to take a load of supply, and we're just going to drop it here. Or yes, it's a bit further forward, but I want it closer to these troops. I don't know why these guys can't fire over this little set of trees here at that building. Seems a bit weak.
Artillery available, sir.
We are out of artillery. My bad. That might get shut down because I've put it a bit further forward, but
Ready.
you know, needs must and all of that.
We have a building to secure. Get in that building. Set up a base of fire. Copy. We take that building. Shut your crumb catcher and move out.
Grab that, and then we're going to unload you up here, right on this building.
Cargo dump.
These guys can now engage those. These guys pull back. I'll just get them to run back because it'll be faster to do that, I think. The lav can just come over here.
Ready to rain down death.
These guys are getting rearmed. No, 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 no. Why are you going... It takes the... I wanted to do a direct route, but it always goes the fastest route it can. It's quite annoying. Be careful with your supply trucks, because it will just take the fastest road it can, even if it means it gets destroyed in the meantime.
Weapons team engaged. What are your orders? I want a base of fire in that building. Get in that building. Troops in combat requesting orders.
Unload these guys here and hopefully get these repaired. It's going to take more supplies than we have here, but...
Hey, check out this rooster cruiser they gave me.
We'll get some more.
Approaching for pickup. Weapons team at your command, sir. Weapons team.
Get in there. We'll go and get some more supplies.
Rock up, we're moving.
Back over to this side, because we can't let this side stop. We need to keep moving.
Ready for action. Copy
I'm going to move that up behind that building. This is going to move up into that building. Just got to make sure we have a good line of sight because helicopters are going to come from that direction. Spoilers for anyone who's not played it before.
Infantry, good to go. Need supplies? Ain't gonna pay no toll this time. End of the line. All out,
Get
please.
these guys up and unload.
No party without Artie.
So, looking pretty solid at the minute. We have plenty of cash. Let's bring in the rest of our infantry. And maybe not the TOW 2. I might bring in another lav actually. Just because they're quite good for laying down a bit of covering fire. No good against ATGMs obviously, but
Heavy weapons ready.
other than that they're pretty useful.
Fit for fight,
Just
sir.
going to move the recon team over here.
Humvee
This is
standing
recon
by.
as I say, so that can move up there. The Sheridan can probably stay where it is. I'm going to call in another Sheridan over this side. And let's bring in another recon Humvee. Just drop it there if we can.
I'm hit. I'm hit.
Oh,
Airmen engaged in combat. Cavalry here. We're under fire.
you in trouble? No, you got the kill. Good.
Speed is of the essence now.
How are these guys looking? Not too bad. You come and get some more supplies. All these infantry are going to move up this way. Try and just keep an eye on what's happening at this side. Infantry in there. Let's just flatten that building. If we destroy the supplies, we destroy the supplies. It's not the end of the world. Oh shit, what's that firing at? Oh, the
Smoking engine. Not good.
aircraft, that's okay. Avengers trying, but hitting the buildings.
Air defense.
Poor Avenger.
Humvee awaiting command.
I'm going to send both these squads of infantry this way, and the HMG team. We don't have any more of that for supplies at the minute. We should have done some damage there. We're now going to hit this area. All of these guys are now going to push up this way. These guys push up as well. These two push up. I'm pushing up.
Airmen on the ground. Air defense ready for action. Looking for enemy contact. Infantry at your orders.
Move in here. Captured this. Good. Use the supplies. We'll get our tank resupplied there as well. Get one squad in there.
Fit for fight, sir.
Let them get rearmed, actually.
Infantry here.
You fully rearmed? Yes, get in that building then. You guys come this way.
PJ's here. Go ahead.
You're going to push up too. Not very accurate at that range, but it's okay.
Cargo truck ready.
Cargo truck coming to unload here.
Everybody out. Infantry ready for combat. Infantry here, standing by.
Lots of enemy infantry coming in.
Weapons team at your orders. Weapons team standing by.
Smoke off.
The enemy barracks have been secured, sir.
Guardian Angel.
Good. Refocus your attention on your main objectives, Commander.
Artillery ready to fire.
Get the artillery to fire at that. Oh,
Air defense here. We're combat
air defense unit there. Sheridan's ready again. Let's move it up. Get into this building. These guys can stay where they are. This... I might just move the lav up here and see if we can kill that. I don't know if there's infantry this way, but we'll just have a quick look. The lav might not survive this, but we'll see.
Weapons team ready. One more hit and our tank is gone.
Oh, oh. Oh, helicopter at this side.
Aircraft here. That's your command. Move the fuck up. Fucking move. Humvee here. On the double squad. Roger. We're on the move. Vehicle damage. Requesting maintenance.
Issues on both sides. The
Anti-aircraft standing by.
the helicopters are a problem.
Here. Ready for action. Infantry at your orders. Humvee standing by.
We're doing quite a bit of damage at this side. Let's bring in another Sheridan over here. And some supplies. Just accept that we're going to lose something.
Need some heavy firepower? Lab here. We're in combat. Sweeping the area.
Push these up.
Search and destroy.
Push you up that way.
Air defense here. We're combat ready.
Avenger push up. You go back and get repaired.
Heavy weapons here.
Get all these guys in this building.
In that building.
That's just another AA piece dealt with, so happy days.
Pedal to the metal.
I'm gonna move you up there.
Weapons team at your command, sir. I love big guns.
The helipads are under our control, General.
You guys get back in
Perfect.
there.
Continue your progression.
Let's take over that. Get everyone repaired and rearmed. These guys push up as well. I'm going to move these squads up.
Infantry good to go.
Though I guess it wouldn't hurt to have one here just in case they get something around the back. We're going to grab you. We're going to grab that. Once you've done that, you're going to head up this way. So we have
Fit for fight, sir.
Shilka there. I can't hit it. See, if I'm pressed 1 there and I can't target it because it's outside the line. So even though it can fire at my units, I can't fire at it.
Lab ready. That's
kind of frustrating. Move this tank down here. All of you guys come and get in this building. Bear in mind that is a Metis, so it will hurt the tank.
Ready to rain down death. Direct fire engagement.
Use the... you notice now they've got out of the building, because there was stuff in range. The artillery should help clear this up, though. As I say, take your time. There is no rush. You could technically call in an airstrike. I will call in the A-10s at the end, because I think you can... like, the strafing run tends to work better, in my opinion.
Pararescue here. We're in combat. Artillery available, sir.
They've done their job.
The airstrip is secured. Now let's move to our final objective, the command center of the airbase. We need to finish capturing this base before receiving the counterattack that will surely fall upon us.
Well, now
Artillery standing by.
we can probably kill that. Here comes...
Humvee awaiting orders.
Commander, the satellite imagery analysis
Come on,
reveals the
Avenger.
possible presence of an Su-57, codename Felon, stationed in an unknown area on this base.
The Air Force is on the ground.
This is the most modern and secretive stealth plane operated by Russia. Getting our hands on an intact airframe would be invaluable.
Ready for action.
More valuable than the lives of our men, obviously. We're in the middle of an assault here, not playing treasure hunt.
There is more than one way to win wars, and knowing
Let's
your
get
enemy
these guys
is one of
moved
them.
up.
You should look for this plane before they destroy it, Commander.
Let's grab an
The
LT,
most likely
couple of
position would be in one of
LTVs.
the many aircraft shelters
Drop it
surrounding the
here.
base. But
And
that's
move
going
up
to be like looking
supplies.
for a needle in a haystack.
The cavalry has arrived. Heavy weapons ready.
There's the artillery. Hang on. Quick pause. So that's coming down probably on our infantry. We're going to call in an F-35, as you do. I just need to see where it's firing from and put a marker on it. Right there. F-35. Precision strike right there.
Copy. Air support mission inbound.
In the meantime, we will lose infantry, unfortunately, because it is very strong. Oh!
Team standing by.
Infantry getting ripped to shreds in that.
Field airmen at your command, sir.
Gonna move the Avenger up now.
Muzzle, sir. At the
We
ready.
need to evac.
Popping smoke.
I think we killed that. It's okay.
These things we do that others may
Nicely
miss.
done.
Infantry reporting in.
You
Infantry
guys
ready
get
for
back here.
combat. Get your gear, we're
HMG
moving
team,
out.
let's move
Weapons
you
team ready.
guys into here.
No party without Hardy.
Let's artillery
Engaging target
that.
with direct fire.
You have been badly damaged.
Lab under fire.
I'm going to bring you that way and get you repaired. Let's bring in an airdrop with another Avenger, our Tors. Can't fit anything big in there, but we'll bring that in. Just a bit further back. Right,
Logi here,
grab some of
sir.
that. You grab some of that.
Unbound.
It's almost dead. To save you searching the whole map, it's spoilers, but the Su-57 is up here. So, unless it moves around each time,
Heavy weapons here. Roger.
we know what
Full
we're doing.
secure.
Bear in mind it is defended, so you will need
Humvee awaiting command.
more than one unit to go and get it.
Copy. Relocating. Infantry here. Standing
They will
by.
keep being aggressive at this side, by the way, so just bear that in mind. Doesn't hurt to bring in some more reinforcements at this side when you get a chance. We've obviously got these two, which will move up now. We've got two of those supply vehicles here. We're just going to bring them up there.
Everybody out.
These guys
Reporting in.
are going to move up to here.
Combat patrol underway. Lab here. Go ahead.
See, there's still more AA knocking around.
Infantry ready for action. Lab here. We're
Get
coming
these
ready.
labs to come and support us as we push up this way. Get some recon in there.
Anti-aircraft standing by.
Question is how much we need infantry-wise to get into here. It's usually not too much. I'm going to bring in those and another one of these. Let's drop it off there. Yeah, as I say, there's a lot of stuff here. Just going to level that building.
Lock and load. We're moving. Weapons team at your command, sir. Need some heavy firepower. Infantry in combat.
Get everyone in his building. The bunker does really help.
Infantry here. Lab, awaiting orders. Infantry reporting in. Ready for action. Fire and maneuver! Infantry at your command, sir. Heavy weapons here.
Okay. So,
Fit for fight, sir.
I'm going to move up our infantry.
Recon vehicle standing by.
The Avenger we need to move up as well because they will send more
Vehicle is
choppers.
good to go. Cavalry
Sheridan in here.
The cavalry arrives in the nick of time. Move your asses!
Smoke. Thank you.
Sitting ducks, get in there! The cavalry has arrived. Armored cav, ready to roll. Weapons team here.
Get these guys moved up.
Troops in combat, send your orders. Get in that building. Set up a base of fire.
There is the
Ready
SU.
for action.
So we're going to get in there.
Infantry good to go.
Now, there's no point in having loads of shit at this site, so we're going to tell all of you to move over this way.
Move your asses,
Humvee tows are going to be in position in this tree line. In fact,
Weapons team standing
Counselor
by.
Miller, we found the Sukhoi 57. It seems to be in perfect shape.
Cargo
Wonderful.
troops ready.
I'm sending a group to retrieve it immediately. Keep the position secured until they arrive.
we're going to unload these in here.
Fingerprint that load. Infantry here, standing by. Artillery ready to fire, sir.
Don't be afraid just to use artillery constantly. Speaking of, we still have another Brutus to bring in, so let's bring it in with a bunch of supplies and that. Just drop it here. They will come at us with a bunch of stuff, by the way, once this
Armored cav
mission
on the field.
progresses again.
Infantry reporting in.
But there's multiple infantry in here, so
We're moving. Cavalry here. We're ready for action. Humvee awaiting orders.
these Tortus are going to do some damage there, which is helpful.
Infantry ready for combat.
There's a Ghost Rider in. Oh, it's providing overwatch here. I see.
Infantry ready
These
for
guys are going to
action.
push up.
Mobile artillery ready.
I'm going to... Hang on. Where's all my artillery?
Okay, my guys have lifted the Sukhoi 57 and are on their way
You
back.
like big guns too? Armored cav
And
here.
the Sheridan's pushing up this way. These are rearming, so let's just drop some artillery here. That will explode, I'm not bothered about that. That thing is doing quite a bit of damage, which is nice. So we're almost to the stage where we'll take this now.
Infantry here. We have a building to secure.
We will get them in this building. That will have helped do some damage. There'll be units in various buildings here, as you can see.
Ready to rain down death. Reconnaissance, ready for action. Recon vehicle standing by. Humvee here.
Thankfully, they're not anti-tank, really. Well, cord will do a bit of damage to these, but our artillery obviously helps a lot. And Sheridan certainly got badly damaged.
The Su-57 has been retrieved. I can't wait to know if it's as good as they claim, or if the story of the MiG-25 will repeat itself.
We hold the airbase, but the garrison of
Ranger
Kaliningrad
pushing
has
up.
assembled a large force to retake it. They took their sweet time.
These guys
They're
get up
coming in
there.
force now. We can bring some heavy equipment with C-17, but we only have time for a single delivery, so choose well.
Which equipment should we load into this?
Heavy tanks. Always heavy tanks. Bradleys are good, but I'd rather have the heavy tanks. Enough time to just drop off 2 tanks.
This was
Okay.
a one-time delivery. You won't receive replacements for these units if you lose them, so be careful.
So we've got 80 gems here, we've got more 80 gems moving up now, which are
Fighting the
going to
enemy
come
group
and sit
head-on with our
in
light
here.
units would be suicidal. You should set up a defensive perimeter, spot them as soon as possible, then unleash our air power on them.
Sweeping area.
Let's bring in the... We've got a drone, don't we? Yeah. I'm just going to put a drone in the middle.
Drone is on its way.
The biggest issue is I don't have a lot of recon available to me, so
DJ's here, standing by.
we do tend to struggle to see what's coming here. Hopefully the drone can actually help with that.
Humvee ready. Humvee here. Go ahead.
So there's the staging area. They are bringing stuff in. They will send helicopters around as well, so just bear that in mind.
Sir, we have detected the enemy group. They're not kidding this time. Dozens of tanks and IFVs in combat formation.
Come on, Avenger,
All right,
before it kills
maintain
you.
visual on them and send in the Air Force. Cluster bombs are perfect to damage vehicles. Once they're immobilized, they're as good as dead.
As you can see, loads of stuff coming in. So, Strike Eagle's got clusters. So let's get the Strike Eagle in now.
Roger, flying there.
We are going to do a bombing run, obviously, and we're going to try and hit them on this road as they're coming in.
Eagle,
Although they're going to be moving around, so this might not do what I want it to do, but we'll try it. Let's bring in another one.
Still operational. Inbound. Strike successful.
I was going to say, we're going to lose some as they come in here, but
Eagle, standing by.
just need to do as much damage as possible.
Ready, vehicle.
That's going to go down any second. I might just evac that, actually. Nice, lots of damage. I'll show you what I mean about the A-10. So if I bring it in,
New bearing set.
I'll bring them both in. Got plenty of points.
New course
And we'll
set.
I'll attack ground with them. If I do a strafing run, they will
Close air support
attack.
inbound.
But the problem is they can't see anything themselves.
Ready to attack.
So you're relying on them.
Strafing the area.
You're relying on something else spotting for them, which
Guardian Angel.
Drone is online.
isn't ideal when.
Operator here. Send mission.
Well, here we go. We should see enough of the drone this time. So it will fire at everything, but it only seems to work sometimes. Or if you do a strafing run, it seems to work most of the time.
Attack run complete.
As you can see, very, very effective.
Wow.
Now we need to evac them because they're going to get shot down.
She's still flying.
Get a Strike Eagle in again.
Flight plan updated. The big bird is in the air.
I'm gonna plant this here. We only have to destroy the vehicles. Don't be afraid to bring in the F-35s as well.
Turning to new heading. Humvee reporting in. Strike complete. Direct hits confirmed. Stealth jet here.
Let's do a precision strike on that tank.
Going for effect.
Oh, it's going to move past before we get there. We should still catch it, though. Yeah, lovely.
Joint strike fighter at your command, sir.
Evac, evac, evac.
Eagle mission ready.
Evac the Strike Eagle. Don't know why he's still in there, buddy. So there's one tank left, which... bringing the F-35. That might be the last tank. They do get stuck if they get damaged, obviously. So they can be back here and you just can't see them. I've had that happen before as well. I mean, it's just infantry for the slaughter now.
Stealth jet ready.
P for a precision strike, straight on top of that tank.
Strike area confirmed. Joint strike fighter at your command, sir.
It's over.
Evac, job done.
All the vehicles are burning or abandoned. What's left of the infantry and the crews are fleeing in disarray. So many losses at once. That must be terrifying.
Beautiful, isn't it? That was a brilliant victory today, Commander. The news
glad
is
he's
tightening
enjoying
around
it.
Kaliningrad, and I'm sure they can feel it.
Yeah, overall I think the mission's good. I think there's a few things that aren't necessarily always related to the mission that are the issue, like the A-10 not always wanting to attack targets and, you know, dive on a helicopter won't kill it. Attacking outside of the map zone, even though they can fire in at you, is an issue. And yeah, the fact that you can sort of soft block for multiple minutes if you lose those planes, the transport planes, isn't ideal. But other than that, it's a pretty good mission. It's just a few niggling things that the game in general, and then the sort of transport plane issue. But yeah, join me tomorrow when we'll be doing the new mission that we haven't played before.